Alright guys, Helsinki Reds versus the final tribe, the last regular match here in this tiny little group stage for the Bucharest minor qualifiers here. OG, 3 points for them here as they're tied up the series up against final tribe, which does mean that the final tribe wins 2-0 right now in this series. We're gonna go to tiebreaker between them and OG, effectively turning that into a bit of a wonky best of three, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Either way, they both make it through to the next phase, to the playoffs of this particular qualifier. But it's just about seeding at that point. And, well, Helsinki Reds, though, can throw a wrench in these plans. If they win one of these fights, then we can just skip that. If they win 2 games, I think things are a little bit different. Because then Final Tribe is actually out. But that's a lot to ask here for Helsinki Reds. But we'll see whether they can do it. My name is dragondrop. I'm joined by Neph still. How are you doing?
Hashtag Team Reds.
Okay. You're biased for them. Okay, that's good. I can cheer for Final Tribe without feeling bad about it.
Let's go communism.
Alright. Yeah, someone in chat earlier was like, Helsinki Reds, more like Helsinki communism. Not sure if that's what they're going for that, but yeah.
Radiant team pick.
They're underdogs, no doubt about that. OG wiped the floor with them in that earlier series that we were casting. They're turning things around. They're not the same team they were 2 hours ago, Drag and Drop. Okay? They went through a training arc. They're ready to go.
Yeah, a full-on training montage for 2 hours. Is that what you're saying?
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, we'll see if that was effective or not. For now, it's taking a bit of time to think about their first pick. We've seen some of the classic ones taken out of the banning phase. Phantom Assassin not, though. Without the Magnus, of course, that's been taken away by Final Tribe, but PA in her own right can still be very powerful if you get that farm funneled into her.
Yep. That combination of those two heroes together is very scary, though, so it's a good thing that in all these games, one of those 2 heroes have normally been banned out, so nobody can get their hand on both of them at the same time. Instantly responding with this Sand King pickup. It's been pretty strong in this last couple of series, and of course Grimstroke as well. This hero is getting picked and banned pretty much every single game.
Yeah, I mean...
He's insane right now.
Final Tribe, they just keep going back to that. If you don't ban it out against them, they're just gonna pick it every single time. By the looks of it.
What's one of my catchphrases, though, Drag and Drop?
What?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
Yeah, well, they won one game with it. They lost the second one up against OG earlier. So, is it broken or is it fixed?
Radiant team
it's not broken, so there's no need to fix it. They're geniuses, alright. But Grimstroke is one of the... there's no direct counter to PA in the same way that it's a counter to Anti-Mage, I feel like. Even though they ended up winning with Anti-Mage versus the Grimstroke, because that silence that comes out from the Grimstroke onto the Anti-Mage is the bug that attaches onto you. You can't dispel that with Manta Style like you can a lot of the silences. Be able to blink away afterward.
Yep.
But the PA is the hard carry here, so PA deals with Grimstroke pretty well, I feel like.
Yeah, so certainly with the changes to PA and everything, like I think you can probably dodge that thing latching onto you with the blur, right? I would imagine you could. So that's one thing. Then the other is if you've already used the jump before it connects, or you just jump to a creep or whatever, you still get an attack speed. You can get rid of it very, very quickly.
Yep.
So there's plenty of ways to just play around the Grimstroke. If you do get caught by the Soulbind, though, into like a double stun from the Sand King, because the Burst Strike then goes on both targets, or whatever other combo they want to pick up going forward, that can, of course, still be a bit of an issue, but yeah, they should have plenty of room in the rest of the draft to try and play around this. Maybe even pick up something like an Oracle by a bit of extra time.
Yep, but Helsinki Reds obviously saw Final Tribe's first game against OG. They banned out that Lich immediately after the Grimstroke was taken. Yeah. So they don't want to deal with that combination. We saw that double Chain Frost come out to huge effect, absolutely devastating OG in some of these team fights.
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, all of a sudden it's just not one ball of frost, but 2 separate chain frosts bouncing through the fight, and it's just not leaving anything standing there.
Yeah, I only have 2 eyeballs. When 2 chain frost are bouncing around, I can't focus on other things going on in the fight.
Yeah, just gotta follow one each with one of your eyes, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
And your friends and family walk in on you and you're all cross-eyed trying to watch Dota. They wonder what the hell is wrong with you. All right.
Radiant team
Coddle
pick.
banned out next. That's a hero that's been banned out quite a bit, hasn't it? Pretty basically in every game.
Has it? Don't
Yeah.
think so. Not for Final Tribe anyway, not today. Helsinki Reds banned it up against OG in game 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Really?
10 seconds remaining.
We're just seeing
Alright.
things.
It's
But,
possible I'm just seeing things, but
5
they go for the
seconds
lion
remaining.
here. That hero's pretty strong right now with this scaling finger of death damage. I mean, you're almost always going to get a kill with your first finger of death, right? That 600 damage burst coming out when the lion's level 6 is insane. But the fact that it scales so late in the game so well now against lion, actually pretty scary in these 50, 60-minute games.
Oh yeah,
When before he'd be a little bit underwhelming and only really be strong because of his disables.
yeah, you gotta be very careful with that because it can sneak up on you. I mean, there's a kill here, there's another one there, another last hit there, and as the game goes on, all of a sudden it's like 300, 400, 500 extra damage. Then he has an Aghanim Scepter, all of a sudden your entire team is dead of a single spell, especially when thinking about heroes like Phantom Assassin, who don't necessarily have the highest of health pools unless you specifically itemize for that, but Helsinki Reds, yeah, they're actually going for his Oracle. It's one of their go-to heroes. Certainly comes, plays well up against the Lion, just because you have two ways to save somebody from that, or at least from the initial immediate burst. One being the False Promise, the other one, of course, very cheap, very quick, very low cooldown, with, I think, Fate's Edict or whatever it's called. That other spell that disarms and also blocks all of the magic damage. But now they have to deal with Terrorblade, and right now, in terms of damage, they only really have physical,
5 seconds remaining.
which is not ideal against TB.
You're in a pretty bad spot with that one. I was going to say Final Tribe only really had magical damage prior to picking up that Terrorblade, though, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, you got the Lion, the Grimstroke, the Sand King, so Terrorblade was a pretty good response because they had Oracle picked up as well. Purges a lot of these things that Final Tribe has at the moment. Being able you can dispel these hexes now, the basic dispel, before it used to be undispellable. So now you have a way to deal with it in the form of Oracle, as well as Oracle being pretty good for whoever Sand King is going on, whoever Lion is going to finger. If you can get that, what is it called again? The 100% magic resistance?
I think it was Fate's Edict, but...
That's the one.
Is it?
He has a bunch of confusing
I never
spell
know.
names.
It's Fortune Send is the Q. Yeah, it is Fate's Edict. Fate's Edict is that, and it's Purifying Flames.
Purifying Flames and then False Promise. Yeah. You do when he uses the thing on you, then the Final Tribe can't do the thing.
The thing that makes him go, you know?
Do the stuff.
Like, Lion is is using the thing that makes him go and turn into a frog or whatever he has for cosmetics.
He uses the thing that turns him into the stuff.
Yeah, that turns him into the stuff, and then he uses the thing that makes him disappear.
Yeah,
it's a magic Oracle trick. Is using the thing that makes him not disappear at the right time, then it's going to be good for Helsinki Reds.
Exactly.
This is the Explain Like I'm 5 version of this particular interaction.
10 seconds remaining.
So it's all good. Yeah. I think everyone's caught up now. Let's move on. Zeus banned out. Is there still room for Skyraf here for either team? Like we've seen that happen from OG in the last game. Just go through tremendous heights. Or what else are Helsinki Reds thinking about? I mean, they're still gonna have to pick up the mid lane. Maybe Lina, just as a safe option, or Ember Spirit.
I mean, Helsinki Reds have the next pick, so it gives Final Tribe the final pick. It's in the hands of Helsinki Reds to pick up something like Lina to be safe, so they're going to want to ban out something that's kind of scary. Okay, they go for the Monkey King ban, so they're going to want to pick up something safer here, like the Lina, some other hero, something like an Alchemist, something that doesn't lose the lane too hard, regardless of what happens.
Dire team pick.
They go for the Kunkka. That's another one.
Yep.
Kunkka, Dragon Knight, Lina, that sort of deal. But Final Tribe get to counter with whatever they want now. Again, you want to hear with a little bit more armor to deal with the Kunkka in lane, just due to how they change his cleave around. Before, it used to
Naga
not matter how
Siren.
much armor you had.
Okay.
Choose your hero.
Want to see
Okay,
Naga
that's a
Siren,
decent way
but
of doing it.
that's a good way.
That hero has the armor.
The reactive armor.
Again, we were talking about this in the other series. Kunkka, he used to be very good against a lot of heroes, regardless of the armor that they had in lane, due to how Tidebringer worked. Cleave going through armor. Now Cleave does 165% damage of your base attack, but Cleave, it was changed, so it doesn't go through armor anymore. So a hero like Timbersaw suddenly does really good against Kunkka. In fact, I'd say this is pretty much a hard counter.
Yeah, I mean, not just against the Kunkka, but look at the rest of Helsinki Reds' lineup right now. And I touched on it a couple of picks ago. Like, where's the magic damage? You have to try and eat through the Terrorblade with almost purely physical damage. I mean, granted, they have a lot of control, like between Tiny, or I guess he brings a bit of magic damage to the table, and Kunkka, but eventually the brunt of it will have to come from the Phantom Assassin, from the Beastmaster as well. And I'm seeing Helsinki Reds having hard enough time to deal with the Terrorblade here once he gets a few items on his belt, a few more effective HP. But Timbersaw is basically going to have that from the get-go. Because how do you deal with him if he has the reactive armor stacked up and if he's charging into you?
You don't.
Yeah, I don't think they have a solution for his Timber.
No. That's the power of getting that 10th pick.
Yeah. Again, this is something that they maybe could have anticipated, but I don't know. They're going to have to try and find a way to deal with it, but I don't know. I want to give Final Tribe here the advantage right out of the game.
For battle.
Alright, well, as much as I don't agree with the draft of Helsinki Reds, maybe they know something I don't, I'm rooting for the underdogs here.
Alright.
So, let's go Helsinki Reds.
Well, third and best of two of the day here, Helsinki Reds. If they win at least one of these two games, then we won't have tiebreaker shenanigans, then OG will be through. In first place, Final Tribe, they still need to win one here either way to make sure that they get through. If they win 2-0 though, we'll have a tiebreaker for seeding between them and OG. That's the situation as it stands right now.
And if it's 0-2?
What? If Helsinki Reds wins?
Yep.
If they win 0-2, or if they
You'll
win
cut
2-0,
off your hand.
No, I'm not doing that. Don't
said
try and
that
make
you
me
would do
cut off
that.
my hand. This is not gonna happen.
You
It's
heard
way
it
too
here
dangerous.
first, folks. Dragondrop
No!
said he would cut off his hand if Helsinki Reds win.
No! There's a bit of a team fight going on. Jonsfan with a follow-up stun. There's also an extra one from Arrow, so they stacked it up a little bit too much there, perhaps. Jonsfan, all of a sudden, he's the one taking a lot of damage in turn. He'll be the first blood. They did not think this one through, Neph. They really did. Now they have
gotta hand it to
another
him.
line stun here. Catches on Phantom Assassin. They still cannot fight for this rune. There'll be a one-for-one exchange in that department. Last hero also doing the body blocks up against Frost, so it's going to be a 3-for-1 exchange overall.
Yep.
But yeah, to answer the question, if Helsinki Reds win 2-0, then they are through instead of Final Tribe.
Yep. And
Together with
Dragondrop
OG.
cuts off his hand.
No, I'm going to cut off your hand. If you're so infatuated with cutting off hands, then you can cut your own hand off for like a...
Really weird how you agreed to cut off your hand, though.
Stop the gaslighting! It's not okay, Nev. Hanskin, he's
God,
dead.
can't handle a little bit
Burst
of
strikes,
gaslighting, little baby
turns
boy.
around. Follow-up stun is there. Hanskin barely survives, but... Well, it's not a good start to this combo if you're the one who just being wrecked by this tri lane.
We're already up 1k gold for Helsinki Reds, though. That combination of the first blood and getting 3 bounty runes, because the game is right now on their side, top lane. You have to be a little bit careful here on the Beastmaster. Well, this metamorphosis though. He got 2 boars out though. Alright, never mind. He's got 1 boar out though.
2? 1? 1, 2?
One
I think
boar
you're up
out.
struck of sometimes. His stun bottom, we can try again. Era finds a stun. Follow-up is there from Hanskin into the burst strike, and finally they get a kill here with try-on-try action. We'll be seeing more and more of that in this meta. Do you think that, like,
I'm a fan.
why is this the reason? What's the main reason for this? Just that solo
they
lanes get
powered up.
stronger, or?
They powered up a lot of these heroes that exist in solo lanes. Left Undying stronger because they changed his ultimate around. They've changed Sand King around, so he deals with multiple heroes at once really well. So it's a lot better for you to take these like one-on-one engagements and try and win or outskill your opponents in the tri-lane with a lot of this fighting.
Hanskin still dies despite the burst strike here trying to keep people away.
But it's more exciting Dota. Things have been mixed up. I'm happy to see.
Double stun here into a double burst strike, but there's no damage really coming in until, yeah, just now Jones Fun goes down, Womber. Eventually he'll end up dropping, but at what cost is the avalanche coming in? A couple of heroes, triple kill for Rob 8. He's just cleaning house time and time again. As Hanskin is not out of the woods yet either.
Pia could turn on this.
Dive him here if they wanted, yeah.
Is 9 stick charges, so he is able to jump on this guy if he wants to. He decides better of it though, because they do have the Lion come up. Lion just hitting level 2, so he has got 2 stuns with him and the Burrow Strike on the Sand King, so he thinks a little bit better of it. God, he's now back in the lane though, so he's ready to fight. The small rock man.
Talk about mid a little bit, because so far CEO is actually doing much better than I anticipated against him. So I guess it's, you still have the last hit advantage and you're tanky enough yourself in the early levels that you can just stand there and trade.
I mean, that's going to be normal. Until you get 2 points of the reactive armor, you're not going to be doing that great in the lane as Timbersaw against a Kunkka. But again, he has 2 points in it now, and as you can see, he's zoning the Kunkka out of lane now. Dealing with him pretty well.
Okay, this is where the wording definitely comes into play. Yeah, but concerning Fuse in particular. Bit of a combo.
Yep. Just managed to get away from him there. But yeah, he's not giving an inch right now.
Yeah, so far so good.
Right.
Tango going
right
as well on a Tango on a branch, so supplementing that region even more right now.
Yeah. All right. Look at this. He's got 53% physical damage resist right now. So already, the Kunkka's Tidebringer is doing less damage than it would have in the old patch. Yeah. Even though he has 165% damage, it's supposed to scale, be really strong in the early game, but already it's weaker than it used to be against a hero like a Timbersaw.
How's this damage calculated? Do you get 165% cleave and then the damage bonus, or the other way around? Because typing also gives you damage bonus, so it's the calculated.
You do the damage bonus. You do the damage bonus. It's applied to your physical attack. So if you have a crit or something like that, it'll take the extra 100 into account.
My lies grow bold.
And then it'll cleave onto them based on the damage that you hit the creep for.
All right.
This is one of the reasons why you couldn't hold Quelling Blade on Kunkka for the longest time, because hitting the creeps with the Quelling Blade means you do an extra 24 damage to heroes as well with your creep.
Yeah. Well, down bottom, they just keep exchanging stuns here. This time with the final triple, be able to not die going too deep. So they learned their limits, I guess, in that lane. Top lane, Frost is just doing his thing, getting all the last hits in the eyes that he possibly can. Last hero just supplementing his income a bit with some jungle creeps, I would assume. And it's also securing the bounty runes, so that's a 2-for-2 trade at the end of the day.
Yep. Lomber heading back home because he needs, well, not back home. Actually, teleport's top. I think he's decided to leave home. Go get this Terrorblade, move on to bigger and better things.
It's a Clarity going, a couple of stick charges, and also Mango if they want to try and make it play. Towards Frost.
Has himself a little snack.
So juicy, refreshing, healthy snack, you know. You should figure this out, though.
I'm surprised this Kunkka is still able to sit in lane against this Timbersaw here. He's actually 2 levels ahead of him right now.
I guess this sort of stuff helps, you know. Xing yourself back to the fountain, recharging, getting some items without having to burn the couriers. They're gonna try on Frost up top, down to half health. No real follow-up, so he just walks away. Not a lot of region to work with, I guess. Only now munching on this last tango. But I guess he's just... That's the other thing you can do. You can just go into the jungle and say, alright, screw that. No one's gonna help me, well, I'm just gonna help myself jungle creeps instead.
Yep. I think this Timbersaw needs to go start cutting creep waves. But instead he went for the 3rd point, the Whirling Death. I don't know about that one. You're not really doing that much more damage. And, oh my god!
Hanskin was a DB actually. Finishing up the Oracle, but it's they're still sticking with this tri lane down here. They're not helping out top, which could be a bit of an issue going forward. I mean, not for Frost. You can find this jungle very easily, but Beastmaster you're talking about on the other side. They've already claimed the first tower with the help of this catapult wave. Now they're forcing their hands with this tier 2 tower push.
Yep. I mean, he's got Inner Beast, he's got 2 boars behind him, he's got the catapult. He only got to attack the tower for a second. He's already chunked 600 HP away from in the bottom lane. We're up 8.
This goes down.
Jonas.
I mean, with too much damage. I mean, 2 points up in Purifying Flames is already quite a bit. Only if you get the proper combo though. But Hanskin, he's out of health points any moment. There you go.
Ready to change your bias for this game, dragondrop?
What?
Hashtag Team Red.
Not just yet. Not just yet. There's Frost going down to the Roar. Arrow unable to help us. There's 3 different heroes up against him. The Seal also making rotation in, looking for an X, but it's only level 1. So not a lot of range on that thing. But they still will be able to secure the tier 2 tower very early on. And what the hell? Can they stop
another kill bottom lane?
Stop looking away from bottom because it was getting a bit stale with not too many kills, and then it just keep killing Sanking, which is not really something that's supposed to happen, is it?
I don't know. I'm hashtag Team Red. I believe in them. I told you, man, they had a training arc between that last series that we just casted.
Yeah.
They're not the same people they were 2 hours ago.
Increase the power level. Alright, so grand scheme of things, it's still Timbersaw though, which again, hasn't really been able to slow down the Konga. So it's a victory for the Reds. Top lane, T2 already down, so it's also a victory. Jonas Farm together with Era trying to deal with this Tiny as Wombo just tosses it back and TP's away, so yep, no problems whatsoever there. They're starting to work away at mid. Final drop, the only thing they have to show for it is the bottom lane now starting to be pushed with Chassis being able to skip the group A.
Yeah, you gotta be popping Metamorphosis or something here on the Terrorblade. I mean, you want to take down this tower as quickly as possible, but I guess, okay, they can do it without it. They use Timbersaw, cut off like 3 plates behind the tower, and they just lay this down with Terrorblade on the illusions. So, I guess they don't need to commit Metamorphosis for it. They don't need to take it that quickly. Mid lane?
Could be forced into fight sooner than later, especially with this continued pressure coming in from Helsinki Reds. Gonna need to try and slow them down to buy enough time for the Terrorblade to really get to a point where he's comfortable. But in this game, it seems more and more like they're gonna actually need to commit him into these team fights, trying to keep him safe, but have him still do this damage with the Metamorphosis. Look at this, Helsinki Reds. They're not wasting any time at all. They have the minus number from the Beastmaster Medallion and just going straight for Roche.
Yeah, this is only a level 6 PA and you're already trying to do Roshan. I mean, if it works though. You got Vladimir's offering, you got Medallion of Courage, you don't even have boots right now on the Beastmaster. You just get everything you need to do the Roshan and push. You're good to go.
They sort of know what's going on. Jonas Farm is making his way in. He sees Vipo
They can't get there fast enough.
Position here. Burst strikes in into the Sandstorm, but actually Dyer gets the last
God,
snatches the Aegis. Roar comes out onto Grimstoke after he gets a few spells off now with Chassis. Timber Chain, everything doing a lot of damage here. Still not quite enough to finish off the Beastmaster. He's still alive. People healing him up. But now the Avalanche. Playing things around. Jonas Farm with Burst Strike out of it. Will be fine for now, but nah, not for too much longer. Now Chassis. Well, 5 people are clicking away at you. All the reactive armor in the world does not save you. Certainly not if it's only level 2. And they're not just... I mean, they get the last hit on Roche and Final Chart, but they still lose 3 heroes, and Aegis is going to be in the hands of this Konga.
Yeah, you know, as much as, okay, it was awful that they lost 3 heroes, but as awful as that was, I don't think it was that bad overall, because you got the kill on Roshan. That means that EXP and gold goes the way of your team. So, at this point in the game, I think that EXP and gold is worth just as much as those 3 kills.
Does it though? I mean, you still have to fight them with this Aegis, with its very powerful Konga, because they're looking for more and more tier 2s. Maybe with last year this time, Jesse, Timber Chain across, he finally gets a skill. Meanwhile on the side, and they also finished up last year in the same move. No wait, that was last. Oh god, I was gonna be confused. But Tiny died on the other side of the fight, that's what I wanted to say. Yep, Frost committing that Metamorphosis with the Arcane Wounds, so it's not even a long cooldown. And Final Tribe trying to buy as much momentum off of that as they possibly can.
Yeah, and they're gonna get quite a bit of momentum. So they get this, they get those 2 kills. They get a 1.2, 1.3k network swing their way, and they're getting this tier 1 tower as well.
So you tried to go for the Nye, but the illusions do the job.
Yeah,
regardless.
that's kind of sad that Illusion shouldn't have done that much damage.
Oh god, that's a toss in. Last year, I don't think he was ready for that. He does have the roar ready to go.
Yeah,
Was
he
hesitant to
doesn't-
throw it
yeah,
out
he
there.
wasn't ready for that at all. I think a little bit of miscommunication there. His teammate probably said "go go" as he was in the air. Wait, what? Where am I?
I remember a game like that. I think it was Axe or Centaur or something. It was kept being tossed in by my
Oh, yeah, who
teammate. He
did
was like, God damn it! Wasn't
That
ours?
was
I think it was
recently-
Scarlet Stack.
No,
Oh,
I
no,
was
what?
there.
Was it ours? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was us.
Who was that?
Who
Who
were we
did that?
playing with?
I don't know. Anyway,
No, it was like an
also
immortal
not me,
player,
I
like
don't
rank 500 or something like that. He kept tossing me, and I was laughing. Then I started gaslighting you again.
and then we started
Which is
losing
weird.
because of that shit. Oh, it was Canuck, wasn't it? Canuck
Oh,
was
yeah,
in
it
that
was
game at
Canuck.
least. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was Canuck. He kept tossing me in.
Right, no, it wasn't a rank 500. It was Captain Canuck. He was tossing you in. I was laughing my ass off.
Well, at least this time around, that toss didn't lead them into losing any heroes. So
We won that game.
barely.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I certainly didn't have fun though. Not as much as you guys had. Anyway, moving on to this one. Helsinki Reds, they keep the pressure up. But Frost is still farming. So is he gonna
Dire's
get
structures
online
are fortified.
before Helsinki Reds are ready to go high ground?
Radiant's top tower is under
Well,
attack.
Frost, if last game showed anything, that he's a tenacious little bastard, so I think that he's going to be able to do it. I'm still hashtag Team Red.
Radiant's top tower is under
However,
attack.
well, I'm not going to bet against
Dire's
Frost. This
bottom
guy's good.
tower is under attack. Dire are
With
scared.
TP's going up top as they're starting to work away at this tier on the
Radiant's
tower, but looks like
structures
Helsinki
are
Reds
fortified.
want to try and defend this. Conquer coming in, but only a few illusions like Final Trap. Not taking any chances. Already on the retreat.
So he heads back into the triangle, and he's going to farm this up pretty quickly here. Is he going to stack? He's going to miss the stack. He missed
not
the
stacking.
stack.
He's not stacking. He could have stacked this one. Oh no.
Yikes.
It's a
Nobody
report.
stacked.
Professional players, all. Anyway,
Alright,
It's-
they're heading
I
through the
mean-
jungle. They've a brave hawk to lead them the way. So that hawk didn't get affected by the smoke there.
not sure if they.
Oh.
So they have to find the raw.
Oh no.
It still does come out, but there's so much damage coming in. Hanskin does die to the last hit from last hero.
Comes at
Yep.
a price.
Dire's middle
So,
tower is
He
under
ends up getting the
attack.
kill there. Gets a last little hack on him with the axe.
Radiant's
It's not
bottom
the longest
tower is
cooldown,
under
so it's okay
attack.
with the expanding the raw as well, only for a Grimstroke. It's again certainly just helps Helsinki Reds maintain this lead. But they're not really moving ahead. Like you'd figure that with Aegis in hand they'd be able to just put the pedal to the metal, you know? But if you look at the graphs, Final Tribe have kind of been able to stabilize this gold lead here around the 3-4k mark.
Aegis expires. Roshan reclaims that. Sand King. This is a pretty popular build right now. Actually, maybe it's just, I'm not going to say it's a popular build, but we've seen this already today between me and you, this double bracer Vanguard on the Sand King. Tons of magic resistance, tons of HP, as you get into people's faces.
Yep.
Too much to deal with.
So goes for Crimson Guard up against the Beastmaster, gets a PA. Very early on, before even the Blink Dagger, just because it's so freaking powerful. This particular draft, this Beastmaster. Oh, he's caught by 3 different heroes. Hera still gets a Finger of Death, so it's the first plus 50. Hashtag infinite scaling.
Yep.
Ooh. Look at this. It's fine, guys. I'm just warding right on top of the sentry, which is about to expire, though, so they have no idea. Oh, no. Could have been so good, but was so not good.
Nice. Nice.
That's all I got for you. I mean, if Arrow walked there
perfect way
just a
to
few
describe
seconds
it.
earlier, he would have been able to at least figure out that the water's there and then dewatted another sentry. As it stands right now, they have no idea.
Yeah.
Is he gonna 10,000 IQ dewat that anyway? No. Not yet anyway. We smoke up though.
Radiant's
get the tier
top
1.
tower is under attack.
Alright, this tier 1's going down. This catapult here, look at this massive creep wave too. Alright, you don't stand a chance, tower. Yeah, they have all these heroes wrapped around the back here. But they're pushing a tier 2 in their own right with a double damage on PA here in the bottom lane to Desolator. They're taking this down way faster. Are they going to keep going? Yeah, sure, why not? We're going to keep going. We have a huge pushing lineup. We've got Necronomicon units, we've got Vladimir's offering. PA needs to go up there and hit that tower at least once though. She's far away at creep. She's got the Desolator.
just dagger the tower. Dagger the tower.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Dagger the tower.
Stifling dagger the tower. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately.
Alright,
Evil up top. Avalanche. Dangerous Farm should be fine unless there's some more support. It is.
They're gonna lose this tier 2 because of that. Because he's chasing off the Sand King. Yeah, down goes the tier 2 top.
Takes were made, I think.
Yeah, I mean this Sand King. Look at the size of this lad, Dragon Drop. Look at his HP, 2200. This kid is huge.
That's an absolute unit right there.
Yeah.
Can't deal with that. Oh, now they're actually
Oh my
going
god,
into
PA
Rab
is
8.
gonna die.
First strike forward just to get in range. Not gonna get the stun, but still with the slows.
Never mind.
It's
I
a bit
take
awkward.
it back.
Just like Hashtag Team Red, I guess. I'm on board now as well. Yeah, it's fun. Just sleeping up though. Only used the Q. Oh, Reaper almost dies to freaking terrible illusion. You see that? Doesn't matter. I changed my mind again. I'm hashtag Team Terrorblade.
I'm Team Red. Team Red for life.
Alright. Jesse pushing down bottom. Still feel like Helsinki Reds are giving them so much time to just keep farming up. Now there's another attempt, but again, Burst Strike. Try to deal with the X, but mistimed it, so he will end up dropping. Use the Roar too, though. Oof.
They're tired of the Sand King running around thinking that he owns the place, though.
They don't have creeps. I'm just gonna have to stand around in front of the tower like idiots for a couple of seconds. Roshan has respawned though, so this might be something that would be more worthwhile at this point.
Alright, PA powering up the Ancients, and they do take down this tier 2, so they've claimed all the other towers now. But I guess Helsinki, the final tribe, has done the same thing now, or almost done the same thing. This tower's on its last legs here. Oh no, Tiny. Oh, that bug! It stops him from throwing that tree that would have gotten him the kill. They just need one more hit on him there, and here comes the scaling from Lion. He gets another Finger of Death kill. They take his tier 2 tower there.
In exchange for Roche, so it's one of the oldest trades in the book. Tier 2 on the other side of the map in exchange for the big guy. Aegis and Cheese now because of this very early Roche hit took. So you can have both of those available.
I mean, they're in a pretty good place once this PA gets the BKB. Don't forget that in this patch it was changed. Terrorblade now isn't able to use Thunder or Magic Immune unit, so PA can jump on top of him, get a couple crits, some magic damage from the team, maybe from the bow, toss, avalanche. Terrorblade can be in pretty rough shape.
Yeah.
So he's got to be a lot more careful than he would have had to be in the last patch before being able to use that on Magic Immune units or at the 25 template. You use it every 5 seconds.
Oh god.
Got to be a little bit insane. It's like, okay, if you can't bring this hero from 100 to 0 while it's stunned, it kills your team. Ooh! There's a hero there.
Got the Courier too, there was a Windlace on it, and the complete magic wand. Can you imagine that?
Oh no. How is the Scream's troop gonna recover?
Well, it's just about the inventories. It is also about not having that available for like another 2.5 minutes for the rest of the team. So they're still smoking up. They want to get some revenge here, but they're running into more than just Rab 8 Womber with the interception. They do find the Hex though on the Oracles, so it's very easily dispatched. Also should mean that Helsinki Reds probably gonna take it slow. They're all spread out across the map.
Yep. So back they get a little bit. Kunkka does take this opportunity to push down mid. I said he takes this opportunity to push down mid. There we go. Get back to that lane.
Just throw it on the ball because he can. 50-second cooldown. No one cares.
Yep. Okay. Himself pushing out top a little bit, so he managed to get some farm. Holy Locket is not an item I'm used to seeing yet.
Oh yeah, right. I wanted to talk about that earlier, but then things got in the way. How effective is that actually? I mean, extra HP region, mana region is also nice.
I mean, sure, why not? I mean, sure, it's good against a team that Helsinki Reds is playing okay-ish. It gives you the extra HP regeneration from your pass. So I don't know how I feel about it. It doesn't seem that great to me.
Is that basically just a replacement for the Hood of Defiance, though? That's slightly
Bad
better?
replacement.
Is it?
I mean, you don't have the active that blocks a bunch of magic damage.
Yeah, but you still get 15%. You get a lot of extra health and extra regen. It kind of makes up for that.
I guess. I mean, the mana regen on it is sort of nice. It just feels way too awkward to really want to build.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, sitting at 18 regen without any stacks. Anyway, like...
It amplifies the
amplifies,
the stacks that you get. Those obviously it's better with more stacks.
yeah.
Double damage.
Alright, so Helsinki Reds, 22 minutes in, they've kind of... Like, what happened to their lead? It comes back to this for me, because if you look at the network graph, it's never really eclipsed 4,000. It's sitting at 2,000 right now, experience right across the zero line. So the kind of start that they had, you would have figured that Helsinki Reds would have been able to press the advantage a little bit more, but they've just kind of been very sluggish, even with the Aegis and Cheese in hand. In Final Tribe, they took advantage. I mean, Chessie is decently farmed. Holy Locket or not, but Frost is most important. He's single 30k at this top of the network chart. Keep finding a few kills here and there. Chessie maybe a little bit too deep though. The board coming in, X back into it. There's a defensive Sunder from his teammate. And the Roar, I hear that one on the back. Onto Jonas' farm, but yeah, he's not gonna die. He had the Shrine going too. Blink to the side.
He's getting away with this.
10 seconds until another sound.
And they're chasing him in the back now. They're not done yet.
Find Yules over on Oracle. Can they blow him up in time? I guess the disarm out, but a couple of right clicks are enough to bring him down anyway. Meanwhile, Jonas' farm, well, they do track him down. He does stick around inside the lane. 1-4 in exchange.
Question now is if PA wants to turn around and try and take this fight. She doesn't have very much mana, so she can't blink from target to target as she wants to here. Unless she gets a couple more wand charges. And oh my god, these illusions are tanky.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Frost, what is he at right now? Mana style, going towards a Skadi, and he's getting pretty close to completing that too. It's still Terrorblade that we're talking about, and I don't know about you, but I've seen plenty of games where Terrorblade late game just straight up wins. Now,
it has been nerfed a little bit. You've seen a lot of games like that, but a lot of those were in the last patch.
Gonna try and break high ground now when the age is just about to expire. I mean, he's at least gonna reach out to mana pool. We still have the BKB ready to go on Rabbit. Zero, same with his as well as the Cheese. The Yules trying to set up for something here. Burst Strike comes across. Silence already on top. Force out the BKB. Crimson Guards? They want more here, don't they? Oh god, Rabbit, he's just going in. Almost finds up Hanskin. Somehow that's... I don't know what that was about here. That Soul Line just
See you later, Era.
Okay, blink in from Wamba, finds a toss back. Over on Jonas' farm, Burst Strike on two. So nice initiation. Thanks very much here. The wall comes out. Rabbit thinking about committing, but then with the buyback coming out, they think better of it. Era just hunting for more and more damage here. It's 3 stacks right now. 20 seconds until another ultimate, so they still have some time to build here. This is Chessie. Well, he did a lot of damage, but now he's just gonna die. The Hex coming in. First casualty from the side of Helsinki Reds. Every center being channeled up as well as they do find the Phantom Assassin. What is Rabbit doing there?
He is way too deep in right there. I mean, maybe he's trying to get a kill there onto Grimstroke again, but my god, did he ever go down fast under all those enemies? He's way too far back.
If you have the BKB there, I can understand making that move.
No, he just committed the BKB, and he got back while it was happening. It was a 9-second BKB committed and instantly had to turn around because that line bought back.
But then, why do you run into this area when the rest of his team is not in position on the other side of the freaking jungle? They're not in a position to help you out.
Maybe he thought, maybe he wasn't paying enough attention to his team, didn't realize they were all getting zoned by Timbersaw at the time.
Yeah.
A little bit of misunderstanding there, and they end up paying for that. So tier 2 tower taken down there, and PA went down. All in all, that fight would have gone the way of Helsinki Reds if that PA didn't go down there. But Final Tribe now, for the first time in the game, has a gold advantage.
Yeah. Be very, very careful with how we proceed right now. Again, Frosty was... Before that fight, Frost was at 13k net worth as well, I believe. 13, 14k. Couple minutes later, he's at 17k. Has the completed Skadi 2,500 gold in the bank.
Yep. This guy, quite happy with how the game's been going in the recent couple of minutes. PA is pretty close to this basher though. That's gonna help her out a lot. If she's able to jump on some of these supports, get the dagger out on the enemies, ends up bashing them. Becomes pretty easy to take them down. Again, things are starting to go towards the way of Final Tribe though. I mean, I'm still hashtag Team Red, but things are looking a little bit rough for them. Them taking that fight as soon as the ages expired. It feels like as well as they're playing this game, they're making a couple of poor choices, and Final Tribe is capitalizing on them.
Well, trying to get back in, perhaps. Still just constantly invading this die-side jungle. Trying to re-establish some vision. They have the level 3 Necro book, so they can eat through these walls rather easily.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what's the plan now for Helsinki Reds? I mean, Roshan actually with a rather quick respawn. So that's something they could go for again. They still have the cheese from last time. So they're gonna have Aegis, another cheese, and Refresher Shard, which could come in very handy for maybe just a double roar.
Go scout that pit, you guys. If you get in there right now, you might have an opportunity. Alright, never mind. These enemies are already starting to move towards the rush pit. But yeah, nobody scouted it at the moment. I guess nobody realized it would be out this quickly. You do want this Refresher Shard coming up on your Kunkka or your Beast Smash to be super useful in this next fight.
Yeah, Kunkka could be really big. Double BKB, double boats. Okay, that's the roar. And just a Grimstroke. He does a buyback too, so. At the end of the
Take a
world.
fight around the rush pit, you scout rush though. And that's exactly what they do. So they know where rush is up right now.
Yeah.
The PA decides to head and take it.
Let's not forget about the PA. I mean, Network is not quite as impressive as Frost, but he still has some very combat effective items on this hero. I mean, Basher, Desolator, level 19, not quite 20, so triple daggers not online just yet, but either way, that's the third Roche of the game, once again, completely uncontested on Final Tribe.
Yep. Alright, they end up taking double roar here.
Yep.
So it's going to be a pretty scary one if you're on the Terrorblade. It's probably the target they're going to be going for. PA, almost level 20, is now going for an MKB, which is the move to make, because you see that Terrorblade with the quarter staff, and you think, okay, well, that's got to be going. He's got to be going for a butterfly, and it's exactly what he has queued up right now.
Already has the quarter staff. And how is
Maybe
he
he's
getting
gonna
so much money?
Bait
so
out that
quick?
purchase first. That'd be interesting.
Oh, now it's a crit stick completed. Young's found with the TP out, yeah. Everyone's just saying, no, wait a second, it's a little bit too sketchy. Do see a lot of people running around with this nice little observer ward in the middle of the jungle, so... Oh, dead ward catching it.
Yep.
Sentry range is so big now. Holy shit. I'm constantly confuzzled by that. Yes, that's a real word, I just made it up.
Fuzzled?
Yeah.
I believe you. Wink.
Alright, nice play there from Zio. Setting up after the Yules, not Jesse's. Is he dead here?
Mid-lead.
He's healing super hard with the Bloodstones, but X-Pack again, he's just still goes down. Grimstroke at the same time. Soloed by Womber?
Yep.
Final try, maybe slipping a little bit. And
did you see that though?
Was one
The
thing,
reason
yeah, I did.
Timbersaw got away. Oh my god, that bashed in the middle of the Timberjay. That's bullshit.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. RNG God. And now? Well, this is the perfect time, right? You have not really expended too much in terms of cooldowns. You have all your BKBs, all of your ultimates ready to go. You have Aegis, Cheese, Refresher. Like, if you can't go high ground now, then you can never go high ground.
Dire's middle tower.
You got a catapult behind you too.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
Look at him go. Get him, Cardi.
Dire's structures are
Let's go, Cardi.
They pinged that catapult as well.
Alright, they get top tier
going
3. They get mid tier 3. Smoke it back here for Final Trap. They need to take a fight right here, right now. They need to do some damage with Frost. He has his butterfly completed. No PKB of his own, anything to protect up and down. And there it is. Double silences. Double Yule, sort of. One of them touched off. I have no idea here with the Force Bombs already in the Conquer. They've claimed the mid melees. The Raw and the Terrible Illusion. Not sure. Well, that was necessary. But either way, it's
It's a
secured the
warning
retreat.
roar.
So what's the zoning roar?
It's a-
It's all good.
Yeah. Warning, not zoning. Warning. They say if you get any closer, I'm gonna roar you. Alright,
get
so
that for
they get the
free.
racks. Yeah, they get the racks, and they got the tier 3 in the top lane. And so, hashtag Team Reds, drag and drop. You didn't believe. They're gonna take this T-Series 2-0. And they're gonna win Dota for everybody forever.
Jury's still out on that one. Broken a bit of high ground. We're still up against Terrorblade. I do believe in the power of the Frost. It is winter time, by the way. Did you realize that? Frost is 20% stronger right now. Not sure if you want to go on Kunkka though. He's pretty damn tanky. Certainly with the help of the Orca Rabbit going in. Not really doing too much up against the Crimson Guard. Certainly not with this arm too. But look at this power. Frost with the illusion just cleaning through Chessie. Now, Seal, people linked up. Double Yules. First strike missing as a result here. Both coming in to try and help out. It's all down to Frosty. He needs to do some damage. They're all pushing him off to the side. Both supports dead. His Rabbit cleans up the backlines. Frost, turn to try and face him. Slowing down with the Skadi if he possibly can. Chessie also coming around. Meanwhile, though, in the back, Epicenter slowing down CO. Couple right clicks, so he is down for the count. They're just ignoring Red 8. But he can't go in either because the rest of his team not really in fighting shape. Now, maybe finally they can come in. Chessie slowed down. Does have the Yules ready to go. Maybe set up for Jonas Farm. Another Blink Burst Strike. We do need Frost to start doing damage, and well, there it is. Let's see
It was his team though. Beastmaster comes with the roar. Got the Necro Book as well.
to go. He's trying to find Jonas Farm, but he just blinks away. They juked him. And now they focus on Oracle. Very quick, very easy kill. No more false promise. Still for another couple of seconds here. Rock comes on the Timber, so though a lot of damage being done. Can get the ults off. He can, and Frost is clicking down. Rob hate at the same time. Now last hero. Gus gets someone from Walmer. He's blinking and he's trying to finish the job, but there's another Yules. Time and time again, they save them, and Frost, so much time for him to clean up heroes one by one with that.
Oh my god, look
Full
at that
5-man wipe.
punishment.
Hashtag Team
One by
Terrorblades. I knew it all along, Neph. You should have believed me.
Whatever. One by one, they all go down there though, and oh my god, that fight. 3k net with swing, 10k EXP change there, 4 for nothing.
Does he even catch the entire fight? I have no idea.
They called the disaster for Helsinki
Yeah.
Reds there.
I mean, who
And
did
they
they
either
kill?
buy
I mean,
back or they lose a Rax here.
they killed Grimstroke and Lion at the beginning of that. But then Frost was just running people down. They couldn't get away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, Chessie Jones farm, they just... All they had to do was keep people in range for Frost. Now he has a DD room.
Yep. I don't know why this Oracle didn't burst a DD. I don't know why they're not. Do they not have buybacks? They just don't want to. They don't want to buy back here.
10 seconds on the sidelines. We don't want to right now, but gonna lose 2 sets of racks here, more or less, or certainly 2 melees.
All from that greed.
Frost,
They could have left.
they get so much money out of that fight. Frost is sitting at 7.5k gold. And he's still feeling so freaking powerful. False Promise comes out, the link together here. Raw on the back though, onto Grimstroke, taking him out of the fight. Frost sitting in a high ground position though, but, well, can't fight with all the control. Or maybe he can, Reb 8 with the BKB, but I don't think they can. They just keep clicking. Torn comes out, but the damage healers have already been taken out. Last hero. Nothing left to throw out after that roll, so he has to fall back home. If he can, like Chessie, he's very mobile with these constant timber chains, and very long timber chains too, for that matter. There's the Yules
He doesn't have the
cross.
opportunity to TP out now though. Actually, he doesn't have a TP. He has Boots of Travel, no TP.
His
Alright,
boots though, okay.
he can leave now. He moves right away because they don't have any stuns between these two heroes. The only thing they had to cancel the TP was the Yules. They used him to buy some time that terribly to catch up. So he gets out of there, but oh my god. It was just a disaster for Helsinki Reds. I know I already said it, maybe beating a dead horse here, but that greed, that constantly going in one at a time, things just got worse and worse and worse in that team fight with the bottom lane, the dire side of the map.
Look at his net worth graph, and tell me that
Yeah.
it's not sad.
That is the saddest thing I have ever seen.
Just like, alright guys, we're doing it, we're pushing high ground, we got a set of racks, and it's like, pshoo. Nope. What's Dota Plus say actually? Still 25%.
It wasn't really. It wasn't really like they got outplayed or anything there either. They made that poor choice themselves.
Yeah.
That's rough.
That's the tragedy of Helsinki Reds. They can't, even if they're in good position, they have a hard time winning games. Have a hard time executing strategy to go high grounds. And kill the Ancients now. Vipo and last hero and Initiate and Jonas found double burst strike coming across. Jesse taking over. They did get Grimstroke again, but I don't think they care. Frost in the front lines. Well, Rabbit did finish up Jonas Fun with the help of last heroes. There's a few spells being thrown back and forth. Era kinda low. Frost is still big and strong and tanky. And he's just trying to go for hero after hero. Jesse, this time they don't have enough to kill him. Anyway, Rabbit has to abandon, but no, he can't. Jesse is too powerful, too fast. Now Frost joining up with him. They just go to Vipu first. The false promise comes out, but
If no buyback on the PA. You do have buyback on the Tiny. It was just used on the Oracle. They're gonna need a miracle to win this game.
Slowing him down, and now Scotty connects. Chase all the way to the fountain, but they want objectives. They can secure mega creeps here with this push. They play the cards right, suddenly now since they realize that, hey, there's no PA. Just doesn't have the money. 200 gold missing in her pockets. Now Seal dropping low. Same for last year. Does get the roll off into the boat. They're keeping Terrorblade at bay, but how much is that really going to do? Jungspan with the epicenter side, grouping up with Chessie, trying to bring down Seal. As Frost just kills off heroes, Rags, he doesn't care. Just Amus. Whoever is closest just dies. And now Final Tribe claim the Megas, force out the GGs heading to tier 4s. No one really left alive. And all is said and done.
Oh my god, I felt like Helsinki Reds had that in the palm of their hand. They just need to close their hand on that game. They had it.
Well, they had it until they didn't. Final Tribe come out the victories here. 28-29, like, it's the kind of scoreline that you see sometimes in these games, where the early game goes decidedly one way, but then kill after kill after kill happens in the late game when Terrorblade is online and they had no solution for them.
Yeah, that was some lack of discipline right there, though. Oh my god. That's all I have to say about that one. I'm still hashtag Team Red, but...
Alright. Well, they have another chance. This is a best of 2, so if they win the next one, they have no chance to actually make it to the next stage though, so I think they're out no matter what. But they can spare us a tiebreaker between Final Tribe and OG if they win the next game. So we'll see if that happens or not. For now, we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned.